Hi everybody, this is Shahryar Shahid and you're watching your favorite show, All of Your Business. In All of Your Business, we talk about economy, we talk about major financial issues taking place in Pakistan and across the globe. Let's talk about our today's topics with our guest, Mr. Mitah Baidar. Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum assalam.
How are you, sir?
I am fine.
Sir, my first question to you is this. Pakistan is planning an artificial island to expand oil exploration. Sir, this sounds like a huge step. And this will definitely require lots of workforce, lots of finances. Sir, please do let us know and our audience know in simple words that what this island thing is about, and are we ready?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you very much for having me. Actually, Pakistani government and its affiliated state-owned enterprises are really taking massive steps, keeping in view Mr. Donald Trump that Pakistan possessed massive oil and gas reserves. So it is an effort to explore these reserves. And recently, Economic Coordination Committee of the Cabinet was informed by the PPL that they have allocated an AI of site so that and whereby they are exploring around 25 blocks. So it's a massive effort and it will help Pakistan to generate oil and gas reserves. And when we will be able to explore it, it will reduce our reliance on imported fuel, on which we are currently spending 16 to 20 billion dollars.
Right.
So it's a massive effort, but it requires a lot of spade work. And secondly, Pakistan has undertaken this kind of exploration after a pause of several years. So it's a good effort.
Right. So a very basic question. But does artificial island literally means the island that is going to produce?
Actually, they have allocated a site,
Right. Some space.
some space,
Right.
yes, on which this exploration effort will be accelerated and executed.
Right. So PTA has admitted that 9,000 mobile sites have been affected by power outages. Sir, the technological problems are already hovering over Pakistan. So how do you see this?
This
Especially
is-
in the digital age, and we are trying to make Pakistan a cashless economy.
Of course, you're absolutely right that it's around 17% of the total sites.
Absolutely.
Okay, it's a huge number, and there are multiple problems. For instance, because of power outages, so the network is hampered, and that is problem basically affecting the far-flung areas of Pakistan, especially I think in KP and Balochistan. So there is a need to promote satellite-based networking. For instance, there are some interested parties. For instance, Starlink, Amazon, and OneWeb. They have applied license from Pakistani regulators. So it will help to improve connectivity in Pakistan.
Right. So, IMF report. IMF highlights corruption risks across state institutions in Pakistan. Sir, what is coming ahead?
Actually, this is a very, very comprehensive report. It's a 186-page report.
Right.
It's governance and corruption diagnostic assessment report, whereby the IMF recommended dozens of recommendations on account of tax policy, on account of public finance management, on account of anti-corruption related institutions, for instance, NAB, FIA, and provincial anti-corruption authorities, as well as recommending steps to improve the rule of law in Pakistan. It's a massive report. It's a technical report which IMF prepared on the request of government of Pakistan. So now this technical report might result into becoming certain structural benchmarks under the IMF program.
Right.
And this is part of the IMF program. When IMF executive board is going to approve the release of third tranche for Pakistan on December 8th. IMF executive board is going to meet in Washington DC, and this report, GCD report, Governance and Corruption Diagnostic Assessment, is part of that EFF program under which IMF is going to provide $7 billion for Pakistan in 36-month period.
Right. So, do you think Pakistan would be able to address the concerns of IMF mentioned in the report?
Of course, if all those action plans which will become the part of the structural benchmark, Pakistan will have to comply with those conditions. For instance, in this report, they have stated that if Pakistan can curb the corruption,
Right.
it can result into improving the GDP by 5% to 6.5%
Right.
GDP per annum basis at a time when Pakistan's GDP is hovering around 2 to 3% on per annum basis. So this kind of GDP growth can be achieved, it can be tripled. So it shows that there are some gaps in the state institutions which needs to be plugged and improved.
Right. So, foreign loan inflows surged 33% in July, October. So, loan is surging. How should we feel about it?
Actually, there is a need to differentiate between the two things.
Right.
For instance, loan is not a bad thing
Right.
if we utilize it in productive manner. But if we utilize it on spending spree, it will result into burdening the Pakistan's economy. And keeping in view the dollar inflows for the current financial year, in first 4 months, our dollar inflows, mainly in shape of loans, external loans, has witnessed surge of 33%.
Right.
Keeping in view the period of the last year 4 months period. It shows that multilateral and bilateral partners are posing confidence on the economy of Pakistan. Pakistan has invested $19 billion inflows for the current financial year, out of which $9 billion are the rollovers from Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and China. And for Kingdom of Saudi Arabia alone, Pakistan requires a rollover of $5 billion. And our August audience, Pakistan will have to request of $3 billion rollover in next month, which will becoming due by the next month. But under the IMF program, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and China have agreed that they are going to roll over their deposits, and hopefully Pakistan will be able to secure this $3 billion deposit from KSA by next month.
Right. So, Pakistan's large-scale manufacturing rebounds with 4.08% growth in the quarter first of the fiscal year, the ongoing fiscal year. So, what does this mean, and what does this signify?
Actually, it shows that the economic activity and its pace is picking up. For instance, the large-scale manufacturing had contracted in the last financial year. But in the last quarter of the financial year, it had turned into positive trajectory.
Right.
So this time, over 4% growth shows that the large-scale manufacturing is picking up the pace. And especially, for instance, textile, for instance, this automobile sector. Automobile sector has achieved over 2%, around 2% growth in the first quarter. But there are still some sectors which are facing difficult situation. For instance, beverages, for instance, steel and ore. So there is a need to give a big push to this large scale manufacturing, because when the large scale manufacturing will grow, it will result into increasing the exportable surplus.
Right.
But and there is another sign that the credit offtake for the SMEs has witnessed some surge, but for LSM, it's not picking up at the desired pace. So there is still an idle capacity which needs to be plugged in and promote, so that Pakistan's economic growth might witness desired results in the coming months.
Right. Thank you so much, sir.
Always welcome.
That was all for today. If you want us to discuss some specific topic, or you want Mr. Mehtab to talk about some economic development, do let us know in the comments. Keep watching All of Your Business. Thank you.